Hello, this is Munho. Today I'm going to show you my charcoal furnace smelting machine here. It's about this big, and this is what the interface looks like. It cooks things 8 times faster, so it uses 8 furnaces, and it has a battery indication here to let us know how much charcoal is in the system. So right now there's nothing in it, so we're going to have to refill it. And this also has sounds, ding-dongs, ticking sound of when it's cooking, and a ding-dong when it's finished cooking. So it's kind of fancy in that regard. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how it works. So right here is the minecart. This is where we put all our raw materials that we want to cook. So wood or beef. I'm just going to use these for example. And the barrel here is where the cooked materials will end up being. And this is also where we can put in more charcoal to refill the system. And if we wanted to just directly fill it, this minecart's here for direct fuel, so I'm just going to put charcoal in here. We can also put other stuff that are in here, like coal or whatever. We can put that in there. So we're just going to have that run, and it's going to start filling up. And we'll see this lamp turns on, letting us know there's more than one charcoal in each furnace. And it's going to continue filling in. So this is the barrel here is filtered out, and you can see if I put in other items in here, it won't take it. But if I put in charcoal, it's gonna filter that out, and this minecart here stops and it's gonna grab it. And once it finished taking that, it's gonna fire off and put it in the furnace. But yeah, that's this filter, and you can see here there's a charcoal lock. If I flick this, it stops the charcoal from filtering out. And so if we're like cooking wood in the raw materials, for example, we can stop the charcoal from automatically refilling into this chest here and filling our furnaces. So that's why this is here if you want to use the charcoal for something else. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you it in action. So if I I'm gonna put wood in here first, just so we can see the charcoal filtering out. So I'm gonna put it, and we can hear it tick 4 times because it's putting the items in the furnaces every 8 cycles, 8 every cycle, whatever. And now we're hearing the ticking sound, letting us know it's cooking. And once it's done, it'll let us know. It'll make a ding dong. So we can see our charcoal filling up here. And if I don't have it locked, it'll just automatically take it and fill the furnaces. So you can refill it just by chopping down wood and putting it in here, and it'll automatically cycle through in the furnaces. So that's kind of like how you refill it if you don't want to like find coal, or you just want to chop down wood for the material. So there's a ding dong. It lets us know it's done cooking. And I'm just going to put in other items now. I'm just going to put those 2. So we're going to put more than one item this time. It's going to fill the beef first. And now this lamp is now on, letting us know there's more than one item cooking right now. So we put 2 items this time. And since the steak is already done, the minecart comes back. And now it's going to do the iron, I think. Yeah. So there's 16 iron, and it'll ding dong once it's finished. But yeah, this lamp lets us know there's more than one item cooking right now. So it kind of lets you know it's almost done, and also prevents you from adding more items so it doesn't overflow or something like that. But so there it's done, our iron ingots and steak. Now I'm just going to put the gold in there, and it's just going to start the timer again. There it is. And so the sound indication is like to let you know when it's done, when it's like if it's still cooking. If you're off minding your own business, you can hear it from far. If you want to stop the fuel minecart, you just flick that trapdoor and it'll stop, and you can put in whatever you want in here. I don't recommend putting too many different fuel items like bamboo, wood, like more than 5, because a hopper can only carry 5 different items. So that's why this is charcoal focused, and it's just best to use charcoal. But if you want to use coal, at least you can put it in here and have it work on coal. So those are 20 gold, and yeah. So these lamps here is measured by how. So yeah, 5 lamps it means 7 stacks of charcoal, and that splits up 8 times. If you put 7 stacks of wood or charcoal, this will fill up all the way. And yeah, it's a bit overkill, but you have the option of 5. If you want it to last a really, really long time, you can do that. So yeah, that's all. But the first 2 is pretty much all you need to let you know like when it's almost out and when it's good to be used or something. So I recommend 2 lamps at the very least. And yeah, this is how it looks. This is it's like 4 wide or 4 long, whatever. And yeah, it's pretty compact for what it can do. It has a lot of features like the ding dong ticking sounds and the lamps here. And yeah, it is orientation based. So you can see this is north facing. The difference of this build is the red circuit here. You can see this is what the red circuit looks like in the north and actually the west. So north and west are built red circuit in this way. If we check the south and east, we can see it's slightly different to invert the signal. So this railing here is swapped over in the right direction. So I'm going to show you how to build in both ways. And you can see here, these are all the materials we're going to need to build the system. Yeah, these last 3 here are optional. This is just my preference for fine-tuning the note blocks, whatever. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. But you can download this world, try it out, and you know, check the materials, whatever. But yeah, let's start building. Alright, so I'm going to build it in the north and west facing orientations, but I'll also show you how to do it in the south and east. So what we're going to do is place our barrel there. This is where your station is going to be. And we're going to place our lamp down there. This is where our lever is going to sit for the charcoal lock. I'm going to place a block diagonally like that with our button there. So this is how it looks in the front. And we can actually knock that block out. We're going to place a hopper that's pointing off towards the lamp. And then we're going to place hoppers like this. This one right here is pointing off to this direction. And this one needs to be facing to the left here. So that's what it looks. This is where the charcoal minecart is going to sit. And I'm just going to build our floor. And then we're going to place blocks out like this. So that's diagonally downwards. And we're just going to place 2 out like that. And then we're going to place a temporary block right here. Going to place our trapdoor. And that's placed in this format. So we can access all the hoppers and the minecart. And also a trapdoor right here that's in this style, whatever. So we can stop the minecart and access it there. Alright. So we're going to place a block. This is our wall. And we're going to place blocks up like here. And this is our multi-item lamp. So that's like that. And then we're going to place a block on the side of the barrel, bring that out 2, and we're going to place our first 2 lamps. I'll add 5 later, but for now I'll just put 2. I'm going to put it there, and then we're going to build out this to 2 there, and then we're going to start going up diagonally like that. And then we're going to place our furnaces, so a gap there, our first furnace, build out 4, and then on the other side we're going to build 4 more, so there's 8 in total. Then we're going to place hoppers pointing down into those furnaces. So make sure they're all pointing down into it. And on this side, we're going to place 2 more at the top, just like that, also pointing down. And then we're going to place hoppers all pointing towards on the side, like that. And same on the other side. This is where the charcoal is going to be placed in the furnace. And then at the bottom here, we're going to place a line of hoppers, all pointing in one direction to the barrel, and we stop here, and then we're going to place 4 more going into those first 4 hoppers like that. So it's all going to be pushed into the barrel. Then we're going to place 4 blocks out here like this for the minecart to wrap around, and then an upside down half slab here and a block diagonal like that. So this is where the minecart's going to bump the wall and return back. And we're going to place 2 blocks out there like this. And that should be the first part done. Alright, so now we're going to place all the railings and the minecarts, and we're just going to start by placing an observer on the side of this hopper right here. Make sure that's pointing towards the barrel, and then we're going to build an observer pointing down here, so that's going up or to the right and down here, and this is where our activated rail is going to be. So you can see our activator is going to power this and update down below, and then over here we're going to place a block of redstone right here. So this is a block of redstone which will power that rail there, and we're going to place a powered rail there and a normal one there like that. So this will be controlled by the hoppers, and then we're going to build powered rails all the way up to here, and then we're going to place normal on the end there, and then more powered rails leading to the end right there. So that's the charcoal minecart railing done, and for the raw material, we're going to place powered rail right next to the button, so it's going to power it. One normal, and then powered rails all going up. And then we're going to place a normal rail there, and then have it go to the left, and then we're going to place powered rail, 2 powered rails there like that, so it's kind of going in this wrap here. Then we're going to go around and place powered rails up there like that. So we have that kind of thing going on. We power these rails by placing a block of redstone there. That's going to power both of them, and then same on this side. So that's that. And then we actually need a torch here. Place a torch on the side of this block to power that one. And that should be all the railings done. So we just got to place our raw material minecart here. And for the charcoal, we're going to flick that down and place it there. So that's just going to sit there. Alright, so that's all the railings. Okay, so this is where we're going to do some redstone now. We're going to be doing the circuit that controls the filter. So these hoppers here. And we're going to start with the green circuit, which is a block on the side of this hopper. We're going to make that sort of angle there. We're going to bring it down 1 there and extend that out to 2. And then we're going to place a comparator coming from this hopper. It's going to power this line of redstone and a torch there. Redstone dust. And then repeat it there on 2 ticks of delay, just so that make sure the torch doesn't burn out when it's looping the charcoal down or filtering it down. So that's how you get that hopper powered. And then for the blue circuit here to control the railing, we're going to place 2 blocks out there like that with the comparator and the redstone. Block it off. And then a target block to direct the redstone to here. That'll turn off this torch and power this line of redstone here, which is now powering our rails right there. So that's how you do that. Now we're going to put in our charcoal to make sure the filter is here. You need at least 23 charcoal. And the one that's below the barrel right here, we're going to put in holding down left click and then drop it at the first there. So you can see it actually took one down here. So there's one here, and that actually needs to be there for the filter to work. So we have a total of 22 items in this first hopper and one at the bottom here. So now if we put in charcoal here, this should take it, and now the charcoal is sitting here, which is having this turn off, which will make the minecart sit there, grab it, and then it's going to turn back on once it's done, and then put it in the first furnace. So that's that. And of course this is to lock. This will lock both of these hoppers, stop it from taking the charcoal. So now we're going to add the button ding dong here, and I accidentally sent that off. Okay, it brought back. Okay, so we're going to do the pink and purple circuit, which is to control the ding dong for the button, and as well as the purple for the battery light indication. So we're going to start off by placing a torch on the side of the button there, so we can see that's controlling that. Place a block on top, and a torch there, and another block on top and to the side with a repeater there, and our note block right there. And I'm actually going to place glowstone, but you can put whatever you want. I just like the sound of glowstone. I'm going to set this to 11, and it should sound like that. There we go. And now for the purple, here we're going to grab a signal from this back furnace here. We're going to place a block there. So this furnace in the back is going to power this comparator here. We should power this redstone dot or cross right there. It's going to go into a block and then a bridge like that, and then blocks out here like that. And place another comparator there and a line of redstone right there. So now if I put in some charcoal, if I put in 1, it'll give a signal strength of at least 1, which will power the first lamp. And if we put in more than 14, so if I just put in 14 here, you can see the first, so the second one turned on because we need at least 14. If I put in 13, there we go. So yeah, and we can extend this signal by 5 to let us know if you want more, but 2 is technically all you need to use whatever. So if we put in a full stack, obviously it's going to do a full power, and let's take half, and yeah, it's just 3. So that's how that works. Alright, so the red circuit is actually where the orientation actually starts taking effect. So we're building it in the north and west. We're going to have to build it like this. But this first step is the same for all orientations, so don't worry about it yet. I'll let you know when it's done. So we place a block there and a comparator that's coming from this hopper there. And we're going to place a block in front of that. It's going to power this repeater, which will turn our lamp on, letting us know there's more than one item in the system. Then a torch on top there, and a block on top with another torch on the side there. So right now this is the west orientation. So if we're facing in this and we check our orientation, we should see we are facing in the where is it? West. There it is. So right here. All right. So if it's north or west, you're going to have to build it in this way. So we're going to place a block and block out like that, and block next to this corner railing here. And we're just going to place redstone there with redstone repeater, add 4 ticks of delay. So that's the north and west format. But if this is south and east facing, we're going to have to do something a little different. What we're going to do is place a target block right there. And we're actually going to place a trapdoor that is placed like that, so we can actually place redstone right on top. So it's like that. And then we're going to place our torch here, so the signal is now inverted, and a repeater there at 3 ticks. So that's very important. 3 ticks. So this is south and east facing. You can see the railing is actually backwards since this is north and west. So if this was south and east, this would be in the correct direction, but right now it's not. But yeah, that's how you do the red circuit, depending on which orientation you're building this. So now all we have to do is add the final 2 circuits, which is the timer and the ticking sound circuit, also our ding dong. So what we're going to do is start from this observer here. We're going to place a block underneath that, and we're just going to build a block diagonal, bring that out all the way to here, so in line of the furnace or something. And we're going to build diagonally like that, bring that out to 2, so that's something like that. And then we're going to build a block that's diagonal to this observer here, and an observer facing to the left. Actually, we need to place a comparator there first. So make sure there's a comparator right there that's next to this observer. And it's coming from this hopper below, which is where all the items will pass through this hopper. It's the last hopper that's connected from the rest of the furnaces, and which will power this comparator. And so we're going to place our observer to the left, right there, and then 2 blocks out there like that, and a block like that. Then we're going to place redstone and repeater on 4 ticks, a line of redstone here, and we're going to place 3 comparators pointing to the left, so it's going to power this, and redstone behind it with another repeater on 4 ticks, so it's going to get powered from there. And then to finish the clock, we're going to place blocks like that. Place 3 more comparators facing in the opposite direction, and that's going to loop around, power that, and yeah, if I update this, we're going to see our timer starting, and our signal strength is slowly going down. So that's our timer, and it'll reset every time. It's based. The clock is long enough to check if there's no new items being dispensed or cooked down from the furnaces. So it'll reset the clock if there's another item below, and yeah, every time it updates, it'll just reset the clock back to a signal strength of 15. And so we're gonna make the ding dong sound, and we place a torch on the side of this, and we're going to place a block right there with a repeater on 4 ticks, and a block in front of that. And we're going to place a note block on the side of the torch there, so I'm going to power that, and one there as well. And we're going to place whatever block you want. I'm just going to put gold because I like the sound. And I'm going to make this one 15, I believe. And then this one is 11. There we go. So that's my note blocks preference. And next we're going to do the blue circuit, which is the constant ticking sound for while it's cooking. We're going to place a block there and 2 bits of redstone like that. Going to build out there and a block diagonal like that with a comparator facing towards the block, and 2 blocks out there like that, and we actually need to place a repeater that's on 4 ticks. Blocks out there with repeater on 4 ticks in the opposite direction, so it's going to loop around. Redstone right there, and then our final note block. It's actually not our final note block because I actually forgot to put one up here. Make sure to put one right there, and I'm actually going to get some stained glass. It doesn't have to be stained, I'm just going to put glass because it's my preference. And I'm going to set this to 22. There we go, so it's really high pitched. And I'm also going to put stained glass underneath that one for a ticking sound. Put that to 15. And yeah, that should be everything. All we have to do is just set it up now. Alright, so in order to get the system started before you actually start using it, we need to put in at least 1 to 3 stacks of wood logs. And I recommend at least 1 to 3. If we put in 3, it's going to light up the first 2 lamps, but we can just start off with 1 for now. And basically we go into our fuel minecart chest and put in 8 in there. They'll put 1 in each furnace, which will be enough for to cook the rest of the logs. So we're going to put the rest in there, and we can put in more. I'm just going to put in just 2 more stacks, because why not? And we're going to have that start, and I'm actually going to have that go in there. So it's going to start now. So it's putting the items in, and our timer should start running. There we go. We can hear it. And now it's going to start dispensing the charcoal down below. And it made a ding dong, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's because it just finished the wood fuel. but now put the charcoal in, and it's taking the charcoal from the barrel, from the output, putting it in the chest and refilling it. And that's pretty much how you get it started. So at least 1 to 3 stacks of wooden blocks. You put in 8 in the fuel chest, have it fill in the furnaces, and then you put the rest into here and just click the button, and it'll fill up to 1 or 2 lamps, depending how much wood you put. And you can always put in more when you return back if you want to extend the battery life. But from here you can just smelt whatever you want. Now I'm probably just going to put in 32 gold, just have that there. And you can see our lamp here is working. It's staying on, letting us know there's more than one item. And so it's still doing the charcoal, which is probably going to take a while because we put in so much wood. So yeah, it'll certainly take a while. That's why maybe just 1 stack is good enough if you want to start cooking things early. But yeah, just make sure, you know, 2 lamps are on. So 1 is not really reliable. It might risk breaking the system if you start cooking with just 1 lamp on, because if there's only 1 charcoal in each furnace and it uses up and there's like no charcoal and there's just items filling in at the top, this lamp will technically stay on, which is not really a good thing. So the way you can tell that the system actually doesn't have any charcoal, but this lamp is on, is by starting the system and actually noticing that this note block isn't ticking, which means there's no charcoal. So you have to fill in charcoal in order for that ticking sound to start, which means it's actually cooking the items. So yeah, it's I guess it's a little hard to explain, but yeah, that's how it works. Okay, so while this is cooking, it's taking a while. I'm just going to show you how to, I'm just going to do the labeling for you, just to make it really easy to understand. So I'm just going to label the battery life here. First one is just, you know, more than one charcoal in here, and this one is recommended to be refilling, so when that's there, just to refill it. And the second one is 14, so I'm just going to put 14, and this takes 2 stacks of wood or charcoal. And next one is 28 charcoal, and that's about 4 stacks. The next one is 40, what was it? 40, it was 42. All right. The next one is 55. So 44 charcoal here. That's about 6 stacks. And the last one, did I just put 44? Okay, what? 55 charcoal. That's 7 stacks. There we go. And this is 42. Just 42 charcoal. And 6 stacks. Alright. So that's how the labeling is done. And I'm just going to put this as multiple items just to let us know what it means. And I'm going to put one final one here for charcoal lock. Like this. So that's our charcoal lock lever there. And maybe we'll see the charcoal. There it is. And you can see it just it stops the minecart. You can turn this on and flick this on. It doesn't matter what you want, but it just automatically flicks it to stop the minecart if you want it to. You can also flick that one if you want it to stop that one. But yeah, it's whatever. Just gonna put it there. Okay, so now it finished. There's only one item left in there, which is the gold. Yeah, there it is, the gold. And I'm just gonna have that run. So there's still leftover charcoal that needs to be picked up. And we'll pick it all up, and our thing should be done. I think we put 32 gold in there. And I'll just end the video once it's done. I think that's pretty much, we covered up everything. Yeah, that's how you build it, and make sure it's in the right orientation. If you look how I built it in the southeast, you can also check the world download to see for yourself. I made sure to label everything and stuff. But yeah, there's our 32 gold. It's finished. So and then you can, if you don't want to hear the minecart, just flick there and it'll stop. And yeah, you can return it, refill it. This lets you know to refill it, which is highly recommended, so it doesn't risk breaking. But yeah, I'm just I guess that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yep, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the build, and yeah, have fun, or whatever. Yeah, have fun. Okay, bye.